Sean, it was a bad day at the office, sum that one up.
Yeah, it's really disappointing, especially after Tuesday night where, to a man, we put in a really good shift, kept a clean sheet, which is obviously massive on the road, and that's what we were aiming for today. It's bitterly disappointing with the goal we let in the first half, and that sort of set the tone for the game. And we need to regroup now and go again on Tuesday.
It took until the 77th minute to get our first shot of the game. That came from Ronnie Nelson's flick on header. But what do we have to do to be more positive in attacking areas?
I think we need to try and get higher up the pitch as a team, try and pin teams in, gain territory, gain momentum in our play. I think that's when we've been at our best this season on the whole, and we didn't manage to do that at all today, which is extremely frustrating. It's obviously easier to say that and say we need to get higher up the pitch. We need to choose our moments to do it. That's the most vital thing, because obviously you can't just push out aimlessly as a defence and hold in midfield. We need to choose our moments and try and pin teams in better, you know, and that's the recipe for effective performances on the road, or from what I've found from my experience over the years. And look, we want to end the season strong, both home and away. Our home record's been a lot better, and we need to try and implement that on the road more and really have a positive end to the season to give our supporters what they deserve.
You mentioned it there, it needs to be strong on the road. It's 4 away wins all season. We're going to now a little bit of a tough stretch. Next up is FC away in the Kent Senior Cup semi-final. But how do you look at trying to turn the home form into a bit of an away form?
Like I said, it's obviously easier said than done. I don't really want to sit here and talk about it and what we have to do, because we need to go out there and as players implement it. So we need to get ourselves on the training pitch. We know we're a lot better at home than we are away. We can't hide from that, and we need to try and be on the front foot away from home, definitely. And the first goal is always extremely important. You know, if you get that first goal away from home, it gives you a base to hang on to and then build from there. And whatever away fixtures we face towards the end of the season, that's something we're going to have to look to implement.
The game didn't get much easier, albeit towards the end. Ethan Sutcliffe got sent off for a straight red card. What were your thoughts on the challenge? Because we were quite confused.
Yeah, I'd probably have to see it back. I feel he was a little bit unlucky in the sense that it was a bouncing ball, and from what I remember, he definitely hasn't meant it. And I know Ethan personally, obviously through playing with him now for the best part of 18 months, and he's not malicious at all. You know, he hasn't meant that. It's a collision and it's really unlucky, and I hope their player's okay, because it looked like a nasty cut. You know, it's a difficult one, because obviously he has cut him on the head, so you probably look at that and say it is a red card, but in the same breath he hasn't meant it. So I feel a little bit for Ethan, and like I touched on, I hope their lad is okay.
The travelling fans today again came in their numbers. What were your message to them this afternoon?
Listen, they're incredible. You know, ever since I've joined this club, home and away, they're in full voice. They're unbelievable to play in front of. I mentioned it last season that they're a huge reason for me wanting to stay at the club, and we need to give them what they deserve towards the end of the season. You know, the run in, we have 7 games now. We need to try and finish as strong as possible. I know they'll be there with us all the way, home and away, and I just want to put on a positive display for them so we can end the season on a real positive note.
Thank you, Sean. That's all for tonight.
Thank you.